It's August 8th, 2022. I'm in this. Um, I went Saturday. So today's Monday. So the 5th. Lewis took Nucci and I um, to the beach, Jones Beach. And inside of like my elbows overnight when we came back, it was like this, and again, like the beach and the overnight, I don't know what was going on that evening, but it was almost like hitting a tuning fork and then sending some kind of pulse. It went right through my elbows. It was radiating up both of my arms. It was really, really painful. I actually had to get up and taken a leave, which I haven't taken now in years, um, for the pain because I usually just push through it. But I actually took in a leave and it didn't even dent the amount of pain that whatever this was, whether it was, I mean, like, again, do I label it as Ouija? Ouija? Do I label it as surrealism in a way? It's some outside whatever coming through the physicality, and it is just it causes real pain, like MEALPAIN, in REALism. um so anyhow, so the the articulation between um the osteomasts, or the osteocytes, like in the articulation, like in the bone of like where they meet in that plasma region, which is the fluid inside of the joints. My elbows, I don't really use very much, but my knees are the ones that take like brunt force trauma as I walk. Um, and they've been suffering a lot more lately. I've noticed that like when I get up, I have to wait for the fluid to like find its place because there's a lot of cracking inside of the joints, inside the fluid that has never been there before. And again, I don't know if it has to do with this anemia that's been, I mean, like, again, they say that I have the word anemia, but they don't address the real heart of the issues. Um, I'm noticing an acidosis, like in the distal extremities underneath the bed of the nail. The nail itself looks straight, healthy, non-fungal, but underneath there is this color, like the actual color looks on one specific toe, it looks very ammonia-ish. I'm noticing when I look at the plantar section of my foot underneath the skin layers, it's almost like, I don't know if the ammonia is so heavy that it doesn't travel through the tissue the same as, say, regular plasma, or as regular excretion that's taken to the kidneys, or regular biochemistry. I'm not quite sure. Again, like today, I'm walking. I walked twice this morning, and then all of a sudden, something happened in the atmosphere. I don't know what it was, environment or atmosphere, and then all of a sudden, I got extremely tired to the point where I had to like lay down. Now, I didn't consume anything strange or different. I mean, it was just the shake this morning and a regular cup of coffee. But all of a sudden, by 11 a.m., I had to lay flat out. And again, I don't know if that's the body mechanics because I'm there. My body's having so much trouble pulling out this nitrogenous waste, which they call uric acid, the inorganic portions of digestion. I don't know what is causing it. Again, like when I say I really wish I had the type of person that has gone through the process of building a spacesuit, and they know all the intricate details of why each intricate piece of a spacesuit is designed and what body function it correlates with. Because I mean, like, honestly, I feel like within not even half an hour, I would be able to figure out the questions that I have in order to fix whatever I have going on wrong. Because I know somebody knows, like that level of doctor seems to know. It's just the one in the New York area. I don't know what their problem is. I go back tomorrow for another iron infusion, but you don't see a doctor. It's nurses attach the bag like an oncology treatment almost. And then when the machine beeps and you're done, you're just off back, and they release you back out into the public. There's no interaction with like a health coach or an accountability partner that cares and wants to see you well. There's none of that. I mean, they're for such an intricate and advanced quote unquote healthcare system in New York and the United States of America. The amount of gaps and where public can fall through. And again, like that leads back to lawsuits and stuff. I don't understand why some of these things aren't addressed more seriously. But it speaks to an even larger problem of getting caught in these cracks and these gaps of where they just gloss over certain things, whether it's intentional or not. I'm not sure at this point. But I am concerned of this amount, because again, when like in just a gross anatomy UA look from afar on a UTI, it looks like heavy, dense, industrial strength ammonia that sinks and is more dense at the bottom of the water inside this white bowl, for lack of a better term. And then it's clear water, nothing diffused in the clear water section. The ammonia, the industrial strength ammonia is so dense and so thick, it actually sinks to the bottom of the water because it's heavier than the water. And then, of course, that makes me think in the sense of body mechanics. If it's that dense and that hard to move out, I don't know what it needs to bind with in order, like, is it a lack of oxygen? Is it a lack? Is it too much hydrogen? It's some form of acidosis. But again, I'm not prepared because I lack the education, and I lack the, even like at this point, I've taken enough self notations to know what I need to ask, but then the staff that says it's qualified and is licensed in some way and accepts some compensation in order to further their lifestyle, when I ask them the questions, they're deficient of the answers. So I can't even self-help. I can self-analyze. I'm constantly in a self-analyzation because I'm deathly frightened. I mean, I'm not moving at the speed and rate that I used to move. And I'm not talking like it's, well, I'm in my fourth decade, things are going to start to fall apart. Like, I'm tired of that. No, it's not. But I do have this high amount of acidosis, which is really, really heavy on the kidneys, which really frightens me for looking ahead at potential breakdowns and trying to avoid them before they get here. I even look at like my skin color. It's no longer like an ivory white. It's now this like weird it's almost like the ammonia is stuck in a layer just over the musculature. I mean, it's when I look up really close in the mirror, I can see it's like a yellow tinge underneath my ivory white skin that I used to have and was indicative of a healthy homeostasis. I don't know at what point this, and then it feels like the connective tissue in my knee joints just above my knee, just above the articulation in the bursa, like that connective tissue of the tendons and where the muscles attach. It almost feels like it feels like if if I was at a loom with a shuttle and a loom in crafts, like ancient crafts with huge significance that the modern world has seemed to forgot about the significance. It's almost like somebody pulled some of the fibrous or the fibrin or collagen out of the surrounding muscle tissue. And so now I have less to work with at the crucial functions between between the junction between bone, muscle, and function, trying to walk around. So I'm trying to do small muscle build in the sense that I'm afraid of whatever I got going on in high ammonia content. I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know if it's a parasite and this is the byproducts of some kind of parasitic relationship between something that I might have picked up in the local area. I am so unclear as to how to keep balance at this point within like homeostasis, within the endocrine, and the various physiological processes that go on. But I see anatomical changes that concern me, and I'm not quite sure biochemistry wise how to correct that part. Um, and and it's like the simple things. And again, there's like a bajillion books written on it. I would have no idea what book actually touches on this one specific biochemistry necessity. And then for so many people to have studied this and made this their profession and their life's work, and for none of them to ever exist in my daily walk of life, it's really sad. It's like, talk about non-essential equipment. I know they think they're essential workers. Well, I have an essential problem, and I haven't found one of you that's been able to figure it out or give me the answer, no matter how much observation I've made and how much contribution I've made to trying to self-help and trying to find a doctor to give me the correct answer or the correct remedy or point me in the correct direction. Um, I mean, they say that it's a joint effort. Well, I've made the effort. I refuse. I have state run insurance. I refuse to keep running up the bill and running up the tab on something that was gifted to me. I take it very seriously. I don't need 9 million blood tests when I was in my 30s after they told me I had anemia. It's like, if you didn't get it, I mean, like, they didn't get it correct in the amount of tests I did go for. They just confirmed that it went from acute to chronic. That was the extent of their health care. I mean, it's disgusting. And this isn't something that like an MRI would fix or an X-ray. It's just more big tests, big money that makes the doctors money. That, why am I keeping them in business? Seriously. They have done nothing to keep me healthy. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. But it worries me. Because I don't have access to the level of infectious disease control or some that I can call in and get like a correct answer to even bring that answer to the poorly educated doctor system that I'm stuck in at the moment. Um, it's so frustrating because I don't travel either. So, like, and there's a lot of people that travel into New York, and their travel into New York puts my health at risk substantially. And then for the doctor system to not be educated on what type of parasites to look out for as people start to decay and deteriorate, how to correct the ship. I mean, a perfectly healthy 40-year-old but has anemia, and they can't seem to give the correct remedy or diagnosis for that simple thing before critical vital organs start failing. I mean, I don't think, I mean, to withhold the level of care that I need is a crime. So I don't understand how any of the doctors that I've seen are able to get away with this. Really, I don't. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.